Give me 2 minutes, and I'll tell you a story. Once upon a time, long before smartphones, social media, video games, and virtual reality, there was a real place where we spent much of our youth in Harrison, New York. Officially, it was the Harrison Recreation Center, but we all just called it the Rec. In some ways, the Rec was like a boys' or girls' club, maybe a YMCA or YWCA or Jewish Community Center. But to us kids in the 1960s, it was more than just a multi-purpose recreational facility. The Rec was the dominant institution in our young lives, easily outpacing school and church in its importance. Here, we could learn how to play any number of sports and games, from basketball and bowling to ping pong and foosball. Children roller skated here, took guitar lessons, and engaged in a host of hobbies. For many on the Harrison Husky football team, the Rec was where we went for weight training and pre- and post-season conditioning. But perhaps its greatest contribution to the town of Harrison's sports landscape was the Rec's sponsorship of the Harrison Midget Football League, the MFL. Boys 10 to 13 played on Sunday afternoons before spirited crowds on the same field where the day before the Harrison High varsity had battled on the gridiron. There were 4 MFL teams: Bears, Colts, Lions, and Rams. The uniforms were simple, as was the color scheme: red, yellow, green, and blue. As I recall, the MFL was the brainchild of longtime Rec Center director Bernie Guagnini and celebrated town athlete Big Frank Salazzo. These two middle-aged men created a family-friendly atmosphere for youth football. Fathers coached the team with just one practice each week on a Saturday morning. Sunday's games were platooned, with 2 quarters played by the older and/or larger boys and 2 quarters played by younger and smaller boys. Harrison teenagers came to the Rec on Friday and Saturday nights to shoot pool or play other indoor games, hang out in the snack area, or find young love when dances were held in the second-floor gym. Sometimes there'd be a dust-up if a guy dared ask somebody else's girl to dance. If things got a little hot, there might be a fistfight afterward in the station park across the street. But most of the time, the Rec was just our cool place to hang out with friends and have fun. When life got too stressed or too boring, there was always the Rec. Back in those halcyon days, we may have taken it for granted, but in my memories, I never do. This is Mark Massey. Thanks for listening to my new weekly series, Give Me 2 Minutes, and I'll tell you a story. Stay tuned for more entertaining episodes, something to enjoy in these troubled times.